I've always appreciated public education because of what it actually has done for me in my life, right? So, if you can think of someone who parents just had a third grade education, that's about as far as my parents went, to be able to have an opportunity to go to our public schools in the United States, get guidance, support, and love from teachers and administrators to then help you to figure out how to navigate things and apply and go to one of the best institutions in this country, and some would argue in the world. I found that to be a powerful thing. And then ultimately, my three daughters, who all went to public schools, once they graduated, they all went to a different Ivy League school, Harvard, Columbia, and Princeton. They have degrees from there. And so that opportunity that I had just fundamentally changed the trajectory of my family, and I know that public education can change the trajectory of families for generations to come. So I've always felt passionate about public education and the power to transform lives. So when I had an opportunity to participate and help the public school system in Chicago at the request, then the CEO was Arne Duncan, who I met during my undergraduate years at Harvard, called me one day and indicated they had some significant problems with some of their operational areas. So I joined the system. I worked to make some significant changes in there. We had some really exciting, big, bold projects that we completed in the Chicago Public Schools with a great team of people. I then went on to hold a number of different positions there, including overseeing some schools as a principal supervisor and supervisor of schools, to chief of staff for the board. So those things really helped shape me to be prepared for being here at Broward, right? So I'm really more of a hybrid, someone who's had a lot of experience in the private sector. When I graduated from high school, I worked in some major consulting firms like Accenture, did work with companies like Booz Allen, Deloitte, and then I ran my own business for about 8 years, doing a lot of management consulting, information technology work before I got into public education. So I bring the private sector, business operational pieces, and marrying that with an intimate knowledge and understanding and appreciation and love for public education, for our teachers and what they do each and every day in the classroom, and how they can impact our kids. And teaching is it's somewhat about process, but it's also art. So it's science and art at the same time, and our teachers have to do a masterful job trying to balance that each and every day while they motivate and engage our young people. What I bring to this work, in some ways you have to think about this. We're the largest employer in Broward County, over 30,000 people, a $4 billion budget. So this is a large, complex organization that needs to run well so that we can ensure that we're maximizing the impact of taxpayer dollars on our kids. And at the same time, we also need to be able to understand the business of education and understand that it's a little different than you would find in the corporate sector. You're dealing with people, you're dealing with children, and we have to continue to find ways to provide them a high quality education while also inspiring them at the same time.